the algorithm for the channel, hit the notification so you can get all the videos when they come out. So last night we had the fight of the year in context. Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney, undefeated, 32-0. And look, first of all, boxing on the East Coast sucks. We have to stay up till 12 o'clock for these fights to start. I don't know. I guess they want to put it on a time where everybody could kind of watch all at once. West Coast, it was 9 when it started there. 11 on the Midwest. We got to do something about these late fights. Man, like the older I get, I'm just like, what? It is brutal. But I managed to stay up and watch this fight, and it was worth it. Now, in context of the fight, look, Devin Haney went down 3 times, right? He got knocked down 3 times. How he kept getting up, I don't know. Maybe it's the eye of the tiger, the fight of a champion. But Devin Haney, like, I'm not the boxing expert. I'm just a fan. But you'd be surprised how important lower body strength is when it comes to boxing. If you have no legs, you have nothing. At some point halfway through this fight, after the first knockdown, his legs went out. He had the spaghetti legs the whole rest of the fight. I say from like round 5 until the end. And he lasted all 12 rounds. He had no leg strength. I don't know how he was standing up. He kept holding Garcia, right? Held him way too much, trying to just stay alive. That was his tactic. And Garcia was hitting him with a couple of illegal punches. The referee got a lot of slander during this fight, but I thought the ref did a good job. I mean, you got one boxer fighting for his dear life, holding on, trying to stay alive, and then you got another one in Garcia who's just a loose cannon. I mean, how many times did he hit Haney in the back of the head? It was crazy. But now, obviously, the race element plays into the whole fight, right? You got Devin Haney, the black fighter, undefeated, 32-0, and then you got Garcia, the crazy Latino kid. Had all these crazy antics building up to the fight. People thought he was crazy. He's insane. He's not focused. You know, he had already fought Devin Haney a few times and had lost, right? So people forgot about that motivation. But this kid, you know, he came to fight, and he was aggressive for the most part. And, you know, some people were like, well, the card was unbalanced. It was unfair. It was a split decision, but Garcia won, rightfully so. Honestly, you get knocked down 3 times, the score should have been a bigger margin than it was. You know, the only thing that kept Haney in the fight was those body punches. But now you got the race factor. And here's what I don't like about a lot of my people, like a lot of our black folks that's conscious, that don't watch sports, but they just see the race element and just start spewing stuff like the whole Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark thing, for example. You got black folks who don't watch women's basketball trying to make this a race thing. And I'm like, hold up, first of all, this is not Magic and Bird, all right? Anyone who watches ball will tell you Angel Reese, as good as she is, has a lot of work to do on her game in the WNBA. 3-point shooting, the whole 9. She's just not as complete of a player. But you got people who will look at the race element and say, well, that's just, they watch. Like, now you got Umar, right? Umar Johnson is saying that we need to support Devin Haney. And yeah, support him if you're a fan of his, but just because he's black, like, we have, the history of boxing, you go back to Jack Johnson back in the 20s, you know, he used to troll white people, ride around in New York and with white women and brag about this, and you used to see old videos and movies of when black boxers and white boxers would fight. You know, it was like a whole split, 50-50. The white people would be downstairs rooting for the white fighters, and the black people would be in the nosebleeds. You know, and the black fighters always dominated whoever it was in front of them. You know, that was the history for a long time. And that's why they always said they had to make the Rocky character, because they couldn't beat us in that ring. And this was, I didn't look at that like this. You know what I mean? Like, I thought Haney was going to pull it out. He didn't. And I can't say he got screwed. I mean, you got knocked down 3 separate times. 3 times. And then here comes Umar. We support Devin Haney. Yes, it's going to hurt for a while. So many wanted to see you lose. I don't agree with that. More people wanted to see Garcia lose. Garcia was painted out as a jerk the whole build up to this. He's the reason why this fight was even popular, or why people wanted to see. It was like Conor McGregor-ish. He took all of these crazy antics and did all this stuff on social media, hyping up this fight. It was more than just your typical HBO special and then, you know, a weigh-in where they push and shove. He hyped this fight. He was the people wanted to see this fight to see Garcia lose. But back to Umar, he said, so many people wanted to see you lose. all the criticism and slander. Use that to fuel your comeback, young brother. Work harder this time and train like a madman. Study your film like a college professor. Go on and on and on. But no, anybody who watched that fight, don't tell me because you've seen a couple of clips. If you watched that fight, really, Garcia should have won by a bigger margin than the score showed. You know, he didn't knock Garcia down one time. Three knockdowns to 0. You usually know what the result is. But we gotta stop this thinking that, oh man, you know, man, they just wanted to see the black man lose. No, people wanted to see Garcia lose. He's an asshole. You know what I mean? And then after the fight, at the end of the fight, he's doing the shimmy. He's sticking his tongue out at Haney. He's flexing on him. You know what I mean? He's a character. And those characters actually work well for sports. Maybe he can help rejuvenize boxing because Tyson Fury as the world champ is kind of boring. They don't have characters in boxing. Back in the day, you had characters. Muhammad Ali was a character. You had people. Mike Tyson was a character, still is to this day. I mean, you got more people that are going to watch that Mike Tyson exhibition fight in July than some of these real fights. So people with personality and character, they draw attention, good or bad. People wanted to see Garcia get beat last night in Brooklyn at Barclays. And you got a good fight. It was worth it. Some people upset at Haney because, you know, he lost. Yeah, but it's mainly because they lost money because people had money on Haney. A lot of people didn't bet on Garcia. So, yeah, they're pissed off because the gambling's involved. I don't think anyone's playing the race card like, oh, man, you let us down, man. How you let that... No, Garcia is nice. He was 24-1 going into this. He ain't no scrub. So, I mean, please, man, if you want to be conscious and make everything about race and sell race, at least watch the games before we start doing all of this. This was not that case at all, man. Devin Haney lost fair and square. And if it wasn't for all that holding, I don't think he would have even made it to round 12 because, like I said, he was woozy from like round 5 up until. But let me know what y'all think if y'all watched the fight. What y'all think about Umar's comments in the comment section. I'm out.